to the OhRawkC show. Welcome, everybody. You're listening to the OhRawkC show.
Got lunch in the
Yes. Lunchy, baby.
What up, y'all? Somebody wanted me to ask you, what is your favorite dish for lunch?
I'm Jamaican, you know what I mean? So like lunchtime, not dinner time, lunch. Like maybe like a beef patty or something, like, you know, veggie patty or like some cocoa bread.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Of course. You OhRawkC since the 9th grade.
I know.
She's on the radio and doing all type of shit.
Now you're out here touring and doing the festival circuit.
Man, I'm trying to just
coming up in the world. It's so amazing to see, like I feel like you made it. Like I'm so proud. First and foremost, I'm so proud of you.
That's the thing that keep you grounded.
I got the same friends, you know. She knows these people. They've been around me since like 7th grade. But it's like nothing. all I wanted was the music to go where it wanted to go. So like I feel like I stay naturally grounded. Like I always want the music to be bigger than me anyway. So I'm just having fun.
How did you get the whole lunch moniker? Yeah.
When I was 16, I met this producer, Salam Remy. If you don't know, you should hit your Googles, you know, and he's done a lot of shit. But he took a liking to me young, and I sat around him. He let me just used to come to his sessions and sit around him and come to his studio. He had one in, what's it called? Venetian. Like he had a spot there, and I would go to his studio. And then one day he just was like, yo, if I was like a big kid, a chubby kid, I call myself Lunch Money. And like I think I was smart enough at that age where I didn't get mad. I just was like, yo, that shit dope.
Yeah.
And I just started calling myself Lunch Money, and just, you know. It stuck. It seemed like it stuck. You know, I am who I am, and that's what you gotta be happy with. You know?
Now let's talk about like your transition, because one thing that I've always been able to respect about you is like I remember anytime we would ever hang out, it was always in the studio.
Yeah.
Anytime it was like, yo, slide through, or yo, lunch, what are you guys doing? I'm in the studio. I'm in the studio. Like you stay. There was a point in time where we never really saw you out. Yeah. Your hard work really paid off, and like I think a lot of people that don't know you and just kind of are finding out about you now because you're hitting like that, you know, you've made it, you're mainstream, you're top 40 now, and they don't know that you were out here producing a lot of their favorite tracks and writing a lot of their favorite songs. So it's like I think one of your first real big songs was the Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Trinidad Girl. That was like, you know, I'm a studio rap, man. I was raised around music. I'd rather do nothing else with my time. You know, I like going out having fun, of course, but, you know, I just always try to stay creative. But, yeah, that was the first one. Shout out to Nicki. She kept me on that. She didn't have to. But, yeah, I'm always just creating. I think you gotta be working, man. You know, when you're not working, someone else working.
You're not behind the scenes anymore.
Yeah.
You know, now you're front and center. Yeah. Did things just kind of take off after, like, the Nicki Minaj, like... You did a Yo Gotti song too.
I did it was like more like there was that gap like where I stopped being. I was like, I ain't being an artist no more. Like people really wanted my songs. And I was like, man, I'll be a songwriter, I'll make some money and chill, and like, you know. And then when I went out to LA and was bouncing back and forth, you know, I did bills. And then when I did that song, it kind of like I guess took a niche to like what I do, and then it went from there, and it just rolled on. I'm still active in songwriting and stuff, but I feel like that song kind of like, so okay, this is Lunch Money lyrics. This is like what I do and like what I go with. So yeah,
I guess you probably just had to find that balance.
And I found myself. Like I found my voice, what I wanted to talk about. You know, a lot of artists put out a lot of music, and you kind of just try to find yourself. Like I felt like when I did bills and I did my EP and Mama and all my stuff, I kind of like, this is what I want to talk about. This is who I am. This is, you know, I like having fun.
And then it kind of helps you, like, when you out songwriting for, like, different artists, it kind of helps you with your own craft. Because you know how, like, sometimes, like, when you're a songwriter and you go into rapping, you kind of lose it. You kind of lose sight of, like, that whole genuine reason, you know what I mean?
The songwriting is like a humble business, man. Sometimes a lot of the songwriters want to be artists. Most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. So it's like when you got to give your babies away to other people and choose their songs, and you got to watch other people do stuff, and it humbles you, and it humbled me. Like, let me show it's not always about you. Sometimes it's about the song, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoy it. I still do it.
You mentioned, like, you moved to LA, and I think that's important. We talk about this all the time, just as, like, the fact that we support a lot of South Florida artists and local love. And so something that always kind of comes up in conversation is the necessity of having to move to either LA or New York. For the most part, anybody that I have ever known, like that's an artist, a musician, moving to LA is what does it. It you know, pushes them. and they kind of just blow up from there. So like how like is that kind of what happened?
Well, me, it was kind of like, you know, I got opportunity with the songwriting to get a publishing deal, and like that set me up to go out there. I was out there couch surfing like 2 years. I always would go places and like stay with a homie and do certain things. But I think LA, to me, honestly, like I'm a day kid. You know, I'm more my, you know, I'm like, this is my home base, always gonna be my hometown. I look at LA as like an office. You know, sometimes it's good to get away from where you're from because I got a lot of distractions down here. I got friends, I got this, I got that. I think it played a good part in my success. I think a little bit just being able to get out. I ain't know nothing else, you know. So it's like being in our city and like adapting to our way we do things, and then going somewhere else and trying something else new. Some people don't work like that. Some people pop in their own city. Some people, I think it's more so what works for you. You know what I'm saying?
One last thing, word of advice for local artists.
Word of advice for local artists. You know, I always say this. It sounds cliche. A lot of people say it, but really, just, you know, believe in yourself. You know what you're doing. Don't listen to everybody. Listen to yourself. Listen to your gut. Nerd out about your craft. You know, want to be the best at what you do. You know, work tireless. Put your 3,000, 10,000 hours in. Don't be afraid, man, creatively to do what you do. You know, and if you want to be a rapper, try to be the best rapper. If you want to be a singer, be the best. Be the best DJ. You know, just don't half-ass it. You know. Because you can't cheat the art.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me too.
No, thank you.
And all you artists, local artists from Miami, because we're not local, you know, we just where we at. But support, you know, your radio stations and people who support you. Start the OhRawkC show. You know, I've known Roxy since 9th grade, so can we make a round of applause for Roxy? You know.